Sneako absolutely has to be the most embarrassing, most disingenuous political and even religious grifter on the internet right now. At least one of the most known ones, anyways. I say that because who knows who's out there pretending to be someone they're not to like an audience of 20 or 200 people out there, and also we don't really know if Sneako is actually about the beliefs he claims or not. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but grifter semantics out of the way, the reason I'm saying this is because of some of Sneako's more recent behavior on his streams. It's funny because just last week, 2 weeks ago almost, we were clowning on Sneako for being an absolute moron who can't debate or hold on to his religious beliefs or even moral ideals. This time, what he did is, in my honest opinion, even worse than what he got wrapped in last time, and I'll go ahead and show you.
Anything you want to say here? Okay, great. So, how are you? They can't see. Good? Okay. Let me ask you, are you held hostage? Silly woman, you gotta wipe that word. No, okay.
At first, when I saw this, I was absolutely dumbfounded. I genuinely couldn't believe what I was seeing. Even if this was a joke, the amount of disgust I felt for Sneako in this moment was just something otherworldly. I'll give a little grace and say that perhaps the person underneath may not even be a woman. It could very well have been a dude. This could all have been an elaborate joke, but glancing at this stream, it doesn't even look like Sneako himself acknowledges this as a joke. The way he introduces her and brings her onto his stream as well is also really icky and gross to witness.
All right, welcome to Special Guest. Special Guest. Say salam. Wait, don't speak.
Okay, look, not to be a soy boy white knight nerd or anything, but I'm very firm about my beliefs towards women. Screw all the politics, screw all the religious rules that say this, or that. I think that women are more than free to do whatever the fuck they want. It's none of my business. I don't think any religion or scripture out there should determine what a woman or man should or shouldn't do. I don't really care about traditional roles either. Humanity should be more than allowed to have the liberty to do whatever they care to do as long as it doesn't harm anyone else. So, to sort of, in this sense, roleplay a very restrictive and oppressive relationship with a woman is honestly just extremely appalling to me. The way he says don't speak, or asks her, are you held hostage, and then calls her a silly woman only being limited to communicate with a whiteboard is extremely degrading. This entire bit, if you could even call it that, goes on for over 2 hours, and about a third of that is spent with him going on an Omegle knockoff where he quote-unquote wants to trigger the whores with his guest as a background prop.
I can't hear you. You want to say hi to her? Do you have a whiteboard? I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Write down. Ah, that would have been great. It's making the whores mad, isn't it, chat? You notice how all the naked women are like, they're like, meh. And they get really uncomfortable. This is great. This is great. Hold on, let's trigger a whore.
Another part of this Omegle segment in the stream is just him preaching his religious views onto literal kids. I'm not going to include that because honestly, that made me incredibly uncomfortable and it wouldn't be right to edit in kids into this video. On top of that, I will be editing the part that I did include to blur the participant screen. What really bothers me the most about all of this is that to me, it really just shows Sneako's grift and goal to just emulate and copy what goes viral in the right side of the political sphere or religious side of the political sphere. Someone commented something on my video and it really made sense to me at the time. The comment explained something along the lines of, being Muslim right now is the popular internet religion to be a part of. It's trendy because of how many super traditional values the religion holds and how much it aligns with the right political ideologies that are currently going incredibly popular. So Sneako apparently had watched this video with Ali Dawa and his wife, and he was really impressed and just loved the fact that a woman was always sort of in the control of her husband. This led to him wanting to emulate and replicate exactly that.
For myself and my dear wife, may Allah bless you for your contributions. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Right, like, why would you want, think about it this way. Think about this. He was respecting her opinion. She's included. She's at, like, she doesn't have to miss him when he's at work. He brings her along and she gets to have her own opinion. She writes it. What's the alternative? You let your wife share her voice on the internet for strangers? If you want to protect your wife, why would you let her voice be heard by all these random evil people online, the evil eyes looking everywhere? You're going to let them hear her voice? Not only that, L-Stream Masagame. Not only that, you're going to let the internet, the evil internet, all these random people online, the strangers, the whole world can see it. You're going to let them see her? Why would you let them look at her? She protect her beauty. She's married. She found her man.
Look, I wouldn't have a problem if Sneako was just some dude on the internet making content that just so happened to be Muslim or super devoutly religious in any way, shape, or form, but he's not. He's a dude on the internet who was obsessed with money, obsessed with status, obsessed with ego, with fame, with self-worth, and because of his obsessions, he started pursuing all sorts of ideologies and emulated what he saw online. He sees Andrew Tate blow the fuck up and looks up to his super masculine, anti-woman virtues. He wants to do exactly that and gets clouded up from other equally impressionable and moronic kids. He sees Andrew Tate pursue Islam and Islamic ideals. Sneako also wants to hop on board and do just that because it nets him a reputation, an identity, and even more clout. Sneako is a clout chaser, and nothing he does is genuine to people who can see past a mask of insecurity. It's a shame and even more infuriating because Sneako, when he's not being overtly religious and lets the mask slip, is actually an incredibly entertaining and agreeable guy. Like, he's actually charismatic, he's actually outgoing, and it's interesting to see what bullshit he gets himself into when he's not hard into the pandering and grifting. Sneako could genuinely be an incredibly good entertainer if he just let the mask drop completely, instead of packing everything he does with die-hard, disgusting pandering to an audience that, in all honesty, probably doesn't even take him seriously. The only people who do take him seriously are kids, children, teenagers. This is evident based on the people you see in real life who genuinely do take what he says seriously and actually watch him long term. As a matter of fact, most of the people my age who I've seen watch him, keep in mind I'm just 22, either watch him because they dislike what he says and does, or they know of him because of clips and shorts that make him look like a philosophical genius, until they actually start watching him and realize he's a complete moron. With all that being said, I really don't like Sneako. If dying on PDF Hill wasn't enough to make you absolutely disgusted in his behavior, then him actually participating in something as degrading as this by copying someone without an original idea of his own will probably make you put on your puke-tinted shades. That's all I got for today. Later.